Hey guys, Solarkneecaps here with another episode from Iron to Masters. Now again, we're going to be just focusing on some of the fundamentals that we talked about in the last episode, and I also got a free egg, so look at me, I never had one of these guys before. You look kind of cute. And we're going to be employing pretty much the similar things that we did on the last episode, which was the advanced technique of scouting. So we're going to be, I've been trying to force like particular comps just to try to get like a little bit of variety, but I'm going to kind of focus up. We're going to start early in terms of talking about playing strongest board and what that means, itemizing frontline. We're going to be doing all these things, but again, I'm going to be focusing on when we can scout, how scouting can help us win some of these games, and see if they can be the difference maker in these. So here, again, we talk about what's your strongest board. So we're looking at Poppy pair, which, having a pair is always good. I'm seeing Warmongs, which is going to be great for itemizing our front line. And in general, when you're thinking of like, okay, well, I had the wrong scene on. There you go. So yeah, make sure to follow me on Twitch. So when we're kind of looking at here and thinking about which characters we want to buy with, like, say, our 1 gold. And there we go. Just kind of crashed there for a second. We kind of want to think about who's going to have the most high value units, and sometimes that can kind of be difficult to pick, so just kind of think of what units you like to play in your mid game, and that can kind of vary from player to player. So I'd kind of pick Caitlyn as a generic good unit. So here we have a couple of options. Clear Mind is definitely a solid augment. Syndicate Crest, Syndicates is definitely not an awful composition to play. But before we do that, we're going to use our first scouting. We're going to see other augments people have been getting. So a lot of generic ones. Challenger. Okay, Metabolic. So we're going to take another generic one. I've really been enjoying Bodyguard Crest. That's been allowing us to play 4 Bodyguard, which I personally think is one of the strongest front lines you can play. Just because it's so flexible, allows you to play Blitzcrank, which is a great unit, Braum, which is a great unit, and with this you can make something like a Tarek or even just a Bruiser also have it as well. Hey, speak of the devil, there's a Tarek. And speak of the devil, there's a Blitzcrank. So playing 4 Bodyguard straight away is probably not the most optimal option. Let's see what Mutant is. It is... okay, so it's Adrenal Rush. So we're going to do a couple of things here. So when we're thinking about our strongest board, obviously, like, we see some Twin Shot here. So I'm not playing you. We definitely want to make 4 here. So we're just not going to play Tarek. We're going to do something like this. So why did I think this was our strongest board? Well, we're working towards our 4 Bodyguard, and we kind of have our Poppy. I'm also going to go ahead and slam some good items here. Obviously, GP wants AD, so you give him Sword, and, Poppy is probably going to be the first Bodyguard that we sell, so that's where we're going to be itemizing her first. But, we're getting Twin Shot, which is going to give us good value with GP. That's going to allow us to, even if we lose, make a little bit of gold with his spell. Oh, so close. Oh, sight. So look at that. We're already making a bunch of gold, so we can buy some good units. Graves might be a not too shabby pickup there, but ooh, we have a Tristana pair. So Tristana pair is definitely pretty solid. That does give us the option to sell Poppy right away, but again, I kind of just like this idea of frontline. Ooh, or we have the other option of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can actually make 10 gold. And that's going to be the option that I'm going to do here. I feel like in terms of playing strongest board, like, we're definitely looking pretty good. But, if I can just sell this 1 Poppy, for example, and make 10, Econ is the most important during the early game, because that's when, if you think about how useful 1 gold is, or during... wow, I don't actually have to sell a unit if I win now. Thanks, GP. If we have 1 gold when we're level 9, what does that mean? Not much. What if we have 1 gold when we're level 4? Means a lot. So when you're thinking about econ in terms of like when's the time to actually greed econ, now's actually the time. So we're at 2-3. Again, we have the option of if we want to pre-level, make 10, do both. We actually have the option to make 20 here, which we'll see. We'll just see. So what I'm going to say is that I really do want to put in Blitzcrank, because that's going to give us 4 Bodyguard, and he's really, really good. So it would kind of hurt for me to sell it. But if we say win and we get a coin and we can just sell Poppy, then we'll do that. And if not, if we can't make 20 by selling Poppy, then we're just going to pre-level. And there you go. That's my entire decision-making process. So this guy's board is definitely not weak. Misfortune is a strong unit, but I mean, we'll see. We'll see what we can do. It's really all in on Gangplank at this point. Okay, Alawi's down. Okay, we got 1 gold there. So if we win, we can just sell Poppy and make 20, but I don't think we're going to be winning here. Again, his front line is just as good as mine, and he had Blitzcrank, so he was able to snipe some of my back line. You can imagine having our boy there in the back. So it's a shame, but we're just going to pre-level, and we're probably going to try to quickly buy just a couple of those units there, just since, you know, we can obviously make 20. So what are we looking for? You know, AD items, so, or armor. You know, armor is definitely really good here. That gives us the most flexibility in making GA or just adding more armor to our front line. If not that, then belt, or so. Okay, so we're pretty happy here. So we're just going to go ahead and grab this, and we're going to slam GA. I think that's going to be pretty helpful. We're going to have a pretty tanky GP that's really going to be helping econ us up. So now we're just going to kind of sit like this. We're at 4 bodyguard with amazing econ. And in terms of positioning, you know, there's like more advanced concepts of like, okay, well, since your Leona grants, you know, nearby allies, you know, armor and stuff, you kind of want to have your units surrounding Leona. So there's that. And then, of course, you know, we can start, now that we kind of have this Blitzcrank here, we can actually start kind of like scouting and seeing where we want to pull and make sure that our Kog'Maw doesn't, well, we don't really mind our Kog'Maw getting pulled at the end of the day, but something has to give. So now we'll actually start scouting with our Blitzcrank to see if we can't get some good value. And we're also hoping that GP here will be able to get us gold. I mean, man, can we talk about how good GP is? Holy sheesh. Sheesh! That's some fucking gold right there. Okay. Alright, so again, we'll also scout. So the person that we lost to is Mr. 100 right now. Oh, well, never mind. I'm sorry for jinxing you, buddy. But we definitely faced some of the top people. Cherokee, okay. So we'll go ahead and scout again during Krugs, but let's see here. So we want to look at in the middle. So this is fine. Alright, so it looks like where our Blitzcrank is right here is perfectly acceptable, and we're just going to pre-sell some of these units here. We're going to hold on to Vi. Vi might be the next unit that we put in, so we'll see. This guy's a lot of CC. Wow, that Poppy actually kind of hits. So definitely once we get this Tarek down... Oh, is he going to heal again? Okay, there you go. We're going to be good to go. We get a nice GA diff. No gold on this one, though, but a nice win nevertheless. Oh, never mind. We got 1 gold, so we'll go ahead and buy a Garen, just because we can. Ooh, so... Challengers is definitely a comp we haven't played yet, but from our initial scouting, I know we have 2 people... Well, at least, okay, so it was only 1 person with Challenger Crest, so we do have competition. Actually, up there he is, yeah. So we have 2 people that are going to be playing Challengers, so it might be a little tricky to get Yone in, and to be honest, Yone this early isn't super optimal, just because he really likes items, he really likes a lot of different synergies, and you know, he's just, it's not like hitting Urgot early. You really want Yone too, you really want... I mean, if I get Hurricane here, then that's a whole different story. But we're just going to go ahead and pick up this Janna. And so we have a couple of options in terms of if we want to win streak, lose streak, or if we want to level up here. So we're at 50 gold, and since it's not going to lose us that much econ to play this Janna, and it is also going to give us scrap, we're just kind of looking to see we'll go ahead and we'll put this on the Blitzcrank for right now. We haven't done a very good job in scouting since there's been a lot of other things I've been talking about, but... Oh, we're playing the other Challenger player, so we'll see how this goes. And hopefully I can just sell a couple of these units. I'm just going to pre-sell this Vi. We got Zeke's on the scrap, so that's pretty good. Huge Janus shield. I mean, the healing with the bodyguard is just going to be crazy good value. And it looks like I'm going to have to sell this Poppy. So it's like, okay, so I lost 1 golden econ to pseudo guarantee getting a win streak gold. So it's kind of like lose a gold to gain a gold, and at the end of the day, it's not too big of a difference. And I'm actually kind of a big fan of pushing levels. There's different metas throughout the different regions, and I prefer to kind of like win streak and press pretty hard, go quick 8, you know, roll to 0, get a really strong board, stabilize, and then use that board to kind of catapult to 9. That's my general game plan. Obviously, not every game goes perfectly like that. And again, I haven't been doing a great job of scouting, but you know, Blitzcrank in the middle will be doing okay. If Cogman gets pulled, that's okay. Cogman's not really our main source of damage right now, but it is definitely very handy in the back line. Okay, we got a Yordle player. Bless his heart. Wish him all the best. Maybe that's the reason I haven't been able to see a handful of poppies. Hey, we got a gold. I'm just buy I don't know, Graves. As we know, we're gonna... Looks like we're gonna win and we're gonna make gold here. Actually, I am kind of curious. Is Kog'Maw doing work? Kog'Maw? Okay, Kog'Maw is kind of showing me up. He told me he was good, but man, this GP is just generating us so much gold. Alright. Okay, so... We have a couple of options here. So Sniper, if we want to... you know, play Snipers, which is an option. And Sharpshooters is if we want to pivot into, if we want to actually pivot into playing Urgot. That's kind of the choices here. You know, we haven't really played, and since we have this bow, we really haven't played Urgot yet. So let's try that. Let's try going into Urgot. So it's going to be, we have this spat, so we're not gonna be playing for Twin Shot or anything like that. But we are going to have the option of like bodyguarding one of our bruisers, so we can do like 2 bruisers and maybe 2 bodyguard. So I think that's going to be pretty strong. Feels pretty good. So we're just going to sit. We got a nice pair here. Again, we're just going to keep our Leona next to where our units are going to be clumped up. Yeah, there's that shake on the background. It is noted that the spot for... the Socialite's Hex is on the far right, so we'll probably be positioning on the far left just to stay away from any units that are over there. But it is definitely not a unscary Shaco. But we do have a lot of bodyguards. Yep, and there you go. So, if anything, we are pretty tanky. I mean, even as GP, look how much armor this guy has. Oh, bodyguard spout is so strong. It's kind of crazy. It's actually kind of crazy. Alright, so if we are going to look for Urgot, Hurricane is a very good item on him. So is, you know, IE, Last Whisper. So getting that bow would be optimal. If not, the Fist would be a bit tragic since it's going to actually go onto our Leona. But we can get... Okay, well. Easy come, easy go. We'll snag that for now. It looks like we took it away from this player. So Leona's going to have... an item, but we were kind of planning on getting rid of her anyway once we eventually get to our level 8 board, so not the worst thing in the world. So again, we noticed that since that augment is over there, but let's just... So we're gonna do something like this. Yeah, something like this. I like this idea. So we're gonna have a body blocker. Or any incoming, we're going to be pulling from the right, and we're going to have our tank next to our main source of damage, which is Gangplank here. You know, we didn't make 40, but we are trying to get this win streak. I have this awful habit of losing right before neutral, so let's see if we can't keep this win streak going. And we got a Merc player. He's at 2 losses, so nothing crazy. And again, I'm hoping that our bodyguard value is just going to escalate everything here. Man, we're just... Oh man, and we're actually going to make enough gold to make... There we go, and we made 50 anyway. Thank you, Gangplank. Ooh, okay, so Jhin is still a possibility. So we'll go ahead and pick him up and hold on to that for now. Do have a misfortune, but again, I mean, I really don't want to go for Jhin since I already picked up this twin shot augment. So we're gonna hard force Urgot here a little bit. Let's see what else we got going on here. So it is to keep in mind that everyone is very, for the most part, if people are hard to the, you know, right in front of you, you don't really want to, like, if you say you have a Yone carry and then he just tanks all the damage. That's what makes this spot a little bit suspicious. But okay, this guy, another mercenary player, he's on 4 loss. He definitely looks a lot stronger than the other guy, that's for sure. Definitely looks a lot stronger than the other guy. Oh, okay, well our GP's dead before we got the Jaina cast off. So we just got 1-star Kog'Maw, who did get buffed, but he also got a 1-star Kog'Maw just chilling out there in the back line, poking at us. Come on, Blitzcrank. There we go. That's going to help mitigate a lot of the damage. God, Misfortune is strong. But so is for Bodyguard. Let's go. Let's buy TF to buy a TF. And there is our Urgot, ladies and gentlemen. So we are finna get in there like swimwear. What is the mutant again? Okay, chance to trigger. So you do have a couple of options when it comes to playing Urgot. You can just do the more traditional bruisers with Chemtech, but there's also a slight mutant variant that you can do that allows you to play Kaisa. But I'm probably just going to play something fairly standard here. Alright, see what we got. Oh, not fantastic items. So in terms of Urgot, I mean, Hanj isn't the worst thing in the world, but it's certainly not great. But it is really kind of the best that we got for him once we eventually do get there. Again, we're not playing Yone, we're not going to be playing Jhin or this or this. So we're just going to go ahead, clear our bench out a little bit. And yeah, for now, I guess we're just going to kind of sit. If I do get it, okay, so this is actually going to be a good Shroud, so I'm going to go ahead and slam Shroud here. And, you know, we're still just going to be on the lookout for a bow, and that's not going to be, like, crazy good items for Urgot. You really do want, you know, plenty of AD for him, but, you know, that's just kind of what we got, so that's what we're going to work with. Also, you can be on the lookout for good brawlers, and yeah, this guy is really, really strong, actually. That Jhin 2 is pretty much perfect items, and he's playing a similar comp that we've been playing in the past couple of games. And yeah, it's kind of surprising that he's that far down. Alright. Just got an Urgot now, and so we have a couple of options. We're gonna first we're gonna scout. So we hit light, so right, right, left, left. So, oh man, that guy's really strong. So we have a couple of options on where we want this Leona. It's really good against some of these. It's really kind of a 50-50 at this point. So we're going to kind of keep it closer towards the middle. And are we actually going to Shroud anything? No. But I wasn't too worried about positioning for this guy because I think he's a bit weak. I mean, he's probably, and before he just absolutely demolishes me and makes me eat my words, but I felt pretty decent about this, so. Boom. Alright, getting some gold, so it looks like we're going to be healthy enough to actually go 9 here, which is going to be fantastic. That's going to give us the opportunity to actually cap our board out, like, completely. So, since that's the case, we're not going to worry too much. We're not going to be playing her. We'll be eventually playing Bruisers. So, the idea is that since I'm healthy enough, you know, it's probably going to be slow level up to 9, and then we're going to be going for Urgot, Jinx, and we can maybe try to think about if we want to play 4 Twin Shot. Probably not worth it. But, I'm just going to not really worry about dealing with the mutant variant. So eventually we're going to be... So we're pretty much the idea is that we're going to keep our board where it's at, try to pick up the units that we want, slow roll up to 9, and then go from there. Especially since we got Gangplank out here getting us free money. Not with the best items, but, you know, again, you know, he's stanky. Oh, is he going to walk all the way to the bomb? Great. Walk on the tank. Big brain. Oh, never mind. Oh, my God. And since we're getting so much fucking money, my God. Oh, wow. GP1. Interesting. Interesting stuff. So we're okay. Well, we were looking for bow, so I think now we're really just interested in like a sword. So this sword item would be great. Okay, so now we're looking for, I guess, just a tank item. So we'll just take this, and we'll probably just turn this into a Zephyr or something. We're kind of plagued by not getting any offensive items whatsoever, but it'll work out. So we'll keep it in mind that we can Zephyr cheese one way or the other. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of scouting for our Shroud. So we've been facing a lot of people that have been to the right, so I'm thinking this position is going to be good now. We're just kind of keeping a sort of a wide berth here. And we're going to go ahead and just kind of get some levels in. We're going to see if we get a good Shroud cheese. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and slam the Shroud here. That should hit, oh, yeah, hit to the Poppy, so that'll get us into the back line a little bit quicker, which will be nice. But I don't imagine I'm going to win this just because he's fully 3-starred. I mean, he's got 0 gold. I mean, he is in it. But obviously we're going to eventually outscale him once we go to 9 and 2-star literally any unit other than our Leona. So we're just hoping for a good loss here, but it doesn't look like we killed a damn thing. You know, these things happen. These things happen. But ooh, okay. So that's actually quite nice for us. So we were running into the problem where we weren't getting any good items for our Urgot, but Binary Airdrop kind of fixes that for us. So we'll go ahead and take Binary. And right now we're not going to get a lot of Binary value, but we will. We will eventually. So that means in the future when we get our Mundo, we can put Warmogs and the, what is this called? The bodyguard emblem on them. Then on our Urgot, we'll be able to put, you know, GA Hodge, or even on our Jinx. And then, of course, we can have Shroud and then another item for scrap. So we should be getting a lot of value in the future. Right now, it's just going to be one item, but I'm feeling pretty good about Binary. It's good. See what everyone else got. Pretty good augments here. So, again, we had someone positioned to the far left. This is definitely our closest competition. But we're going to go ahead and do something like this, just because it looks like we're going to be... Oh, wow, he got Binary too as well. So, looks like it was going to be somewhere in the middle, and we scouted correctly. Got a Zephyr, which is interesting Binary. So we're able to Zephyr the Tom Kench and Shroud, but we'll see if we can actually kill anything. Again, we're just hoping... We're greeding to 9, so we're just hoping for good losses, and we're going to be rolling almost our entire comp here pretty soon, so that'll be pretty fun. Come on, there's a unit right in... Okay, so we at least killed one. I saw that. I saw one unit go down. Sometimes that's all you can ask for. Sometimes that's all you can ask for. So we're at 52. Not bad. Not bad at all. So it looks like we're going to have about 40 gold to roll with, and that should allow us to make a pretty good comp again. There's two Urgots out of the pool, but that's about it. Nothing else looks like it's going to be contested, and it looks like some people are kind of holding some bruisers here, just as like a comp to have some units. So yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and focus up here yet again once we get all of our items, and I'll be able to actually hopefully make a board. So give me a moment. didn't get enough time, but we'll manage. We don't even have our 4 bodyguard in, so we'll just go ahead. Oh, I guess we won't put it on Zach. But at least we were able to hit, or got 2. You know, we're still looking for a lot of units here, so I don't really think we care about Socialite that much, so we don't really want a random Taric. We're okay, we're just in mid-transition, still fairly healthy, and let's see what we can get here. And for now... Ooh, that's a nice pickup, so we can... Ooh, what do we want to get rid of? Probably don't really care about this too much. Yeah, we're going to keep looking for... Okay, random Kaisas. You like random Kaisas. So we'll probably get rid of you. Oh. Wow, just has nearly best in slot Kaisa. Doing alright. Okay, well here's this. That's nice. We got Jinx finally. Roll another one. Okay, we got Yumi. So let's say we don't really need... Let's go... No, yes. And go here. Oh, to buy Yumi. We're gonna sell, buy. Let's do that for the future. We just have 2 guys that's just hanging out. That's pretty hypey. Two guys is doing absolutely nothing. You gotta love it. Yeah, like practically no damage, so. Oh. Unless we just get a random Kaisa too. Though I think one of these guys was also playing Kaisa. Yeah. We're actually pretty close to mutant, so. Well, we can do like an interesting mutant, so we can put that on Jinx. Have some pretty interesting stuff happening, plus then we'll get binary airdrop value. So we're gonna say no to you, yes to this. Do something like this. Go ahead and roll. Okay, well, we kind of want... Let's see, so left... Okay, so left, right, middle-ish. So we'll stick right here, I think, for now. And we'll see if we'll be able to... What was meaning again? Oh, yeah. Let's double attack. I literally checked that like 2 seconds ago. Oh, this guy has a Yoni 3. Well, that's pretty strong. That is pretty flip-flopping strong. Wow. What a lobby. What a lobby. We dead? Oh, oh my gosh. Remember how I said last episode we might actually be starting to lose? Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. And we're definitely getting to the point where people are pretty strong. This guy seems like the weakest player, but I think he kicked my ass. So, we already have Braum. Okay, so now we'll just have a random Kaisa 2. Sounds cool. So we're gonna make some corner bait. So we're gonna, just for when Jin is feeling a little extra spicy. So we're gonna put Jinx over here. Okay, I believe this is the challenger player, but not that challenger player, the other challenger player. That is a Kaisa 2, which, man, this really is a strong lobby. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, well, it looks like this is going to be a bot 4, you know? These things happen. I'm not honestly too surprised. Like, our MMR has been pretty strong right now, but again, we follow some of the fundamentals. I'm not, too sure. We decided to kind of force Urgot with somewhat suboptimal items just with our augment picks, but I'm not too disappointed about something like this. Like I said, these sort of things happen, and I don't think that we did anything inherently wrong. Definitely, this was a very strong lobby. I mean, we have Kaisa 2 going on here. We have a very strong, sniper board, which is kind of one of the comps that I like to play, at least here with the 4 bodyguard that we talked about initially. We have 8 challenger with Yone 3 and surprisingly Yordle 6, which I don't typically see, but kind of good for him. They've definitely been buffing these units, and it looks like he was just able to hit it like fairly quickly. So good luck on them. So it's definitely a stronger lobby, to say the least. So it's just kind of one of these things where it's like, obviously we really want a top 4, and winning and gaining LP is pretty important, but sometimes these things happen, and it's just kind of moving on from there, not getting super tilted or being like, oh my gosh, I'm a Masters player, how am I losing in gold? It's like, okay, well, obviously these lobbies aren't gold players, and even the ones that weren't, like, there's some very strong high rolling going on here. So at the end of the day, it's just one of those things. I mean, this guy got the Kaisa off the carousel to get 8, it's just a lot of perfect Yone. I mean, there's a lot going on here. So, again, I'm glad I didn't go Yone, since clearly some guy was able to go Yone, and I feel sorry for the other guy that went Yone. So, a 5th isn't the worst thing in the world, but, there's definitely some things that we can learn and improve in terms of having more optimal front line, and things were definitely really awkward with kind of what we wanted to fit in, what we could fit in, and if this sort of like 4 bodyguard thing worked out, like obviously like, I was able to hit Braum and Leona very quickly, but, other than that, I wasn't able to hit much of a front line. So maybe I should have changed to like a Scion Blitzcrank, and, maybe I should have just went for Jhin anyway, or should I just played for Kaisa? It's just kind of a learning experience, and, we opted for Urgot, since we were just win streaking so hard with that, with Gangplank, and, maybe our board just wasn't strong enough to go 9. Those are other considerations. So a lot of things to review. I think it's super beneficial to actually film your games if you're actually trying to improve, to see where you're kind of missing out, or even just kind of sitting back and looking to think of when your key mistakes could have been. Here, I don't think there was too many that was super detrimental. I think going 9 was perfectly reasonable, but perhaps we got a little bit unlucky. Perhaps Urgot wasn't a play. Maybe it's just unlucky that we didn't hit Jinx 2 at all, or something like that. But like I said, these things happen. We take them with stride, and I just realized how many Kaisas were out there. Seems like a pretty good unit. So, or if we should have just sold all of our items and put them on Kaisa, because Kaisa is really strong and just went -1 augment. So, there's a lot of things out there, but at the end of the day, I still feel really good about that, and there's always something to learn. So go ahead and follow me on Twitch, where you can watch me climb with my Masters account, or watch me suck at chess, or even play Minecraft every now and again. Once things get going, we'll be streaming about 2 to 4 times a week. But in the meantime, hope you all learned something. Wow, we didn't get first. Who would have thought? It's crazy. Didn't get top 2. But hopefully on the next one, we'll be able to get back on the winning streak and continue to climb the ELO. So thank you all for watching. Have a good one.